Yeah, we're just gonna skip the intro. Well, we are joined by Carver from B5B Pod. It's already gone. It's already not going well.
I
How is that possible? The game just
have no
started. We
idea.
let in a goal in the first 3 minutes.
It was in build up. Just kind of not the best pass by Chan, and oh man,
What?
I wish I could say I'm surprised.
I was so not even thinking this was a possibility. I was like on the intro screen to the. I was doing literally everything but watching the game, and I hear this disappointed sigh come through my speakers. There's no way, right? It's just missed a chance, right? Anyway, hello. I know we're a little later. We were dealing with some Discord stuff, but we are joined
That's on
by.
me, everyone. That's on me.
Oh, you didn't like do the programming for. You weren't intentionally time wasting. We're joined by our good friends over at BFLB Pod, Carver. How are you doing, Carver?
I could be better with the start, but I'm also been ruined by allergies in the last 12 hours. I did not sleep well.
Dude, it's either like allergies. I had like strep throat earlier in the week. Like everybody was
hmm
sick. It was rough out
I
there.
can I cannot see your video on Discord. I don't know if
Oh, probably because it's my
mm,
it's being used by Streamlabs.
let me
Unless,
throw that on.
yeah, I don't think it's gonna turn on because it's being used by
That's all
someone
right.
else. ah.
How was your
Anyways,
weekend? I watched a good amount of the Cologne game yesterday.
oh yeah, I was very surprised by that result. I'm also talking to Travis from Stuttgart Americana about that today. I'm gonna make a grand entrance onto the show. I know we didn't
Nice.
win, but a point off of a team like that, I'll take it. How was your weekend?
Pretty good. City played last night. We drew against Salt Lake. It's not the best game to be honest,
Oh
but it
yeah, I
was
forgot you're a St. Louis City fan. Uh
I'm a ravioli boy. Did you
Ravioli
guys
boy.
Chicago played yet, or did you guys play today?
We played yesterday. We also drew. Um, if you want
Oh, Philadelphia.
a fun fire fact, we've not won a season opener since 2009. So
You're kidding.
yeah, always starting off on a bad foot.
Interesting. That is a
Never
fun fact.
starting the season in first.
Wow.
But yeah, no, it's pretty fun. The game was good. I would say it wasn't like a draw where it was like, damn, like we kind of fucked up. I mean, it kind of was, but like it wasn't like a depressing draw. It was like an encouraging draw.
Right.
There's nothing worse
Yeah,
than
I'm looking at
losing.
it now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, what time are you at?
I'm at 612, 613.
Oh man, this is happening again. I pay too much on my internet to be this behind on the. Are you at 624
So
now?
wait, sorry, where are you at? Am I ahead of you?
I'm at 620
Okay.
630 now. Sorry.
Okay. I'll just pause for a few.
What a
Okay.
nice person. Everyone else is just like, screw you. I'm just going to be further ahead in the timeline.
Yeah.
What a nice person. I also did not see a starting lineup. Is Brant starting?
Yeah, and Chan's at center back.
And then who else is like let me just look it up. I'm looking it up
Ooh,
right now. As Ryerson gets Dragon Ball Z'd into the
right.
ground. Okay. Also, good morning, Angela. Hello. Wait, Frankfurt tied it at the last second?
Who are
What?
they playing?
Wolfsburg. They were down.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were down
Marmouche
2-1.
again.
Wow.
That's got to be one of the signings of the season, Marmouche. No,
Marmouche, absolutely. They kind of signed him, and everyone's like, eh. And he's been incredible for them.
he has. What is that? 10? Oh my God, it's 10 goals, 15 goal contributions in 18 games. That's wild.
Damn.
Yeah, he was lethal against us. I think he scored 2 against us.
He's so good. I'm glad he got. I'm glad he. And yeah, he played for Wolfsburg, so revenge game. Always love a revenge game, sort
Right.
of. Depending. I was watching the last few minutes of that game and missed the goal against. Yeah, we missed. Well, I didn't. Carver didn't miss it, but I definitely missed it. Jesus Christ, that's incredible. 15 and 18. Yeah, I like.
Oh, he is.
It, they don't. Of course, they're like missing Kolomwani in like theory, but like they kind of. I don't think they really care anymore. Omar Marmouche is kind of filling that void very well.
Right. And I forgot how much they signed him for, but it couldn't have been much.
It can't.
Let me see if I got it in front of me.
20 million or something.
Um, Man, they had a lot of signings in the last. Here we go. It was a free transfer, bro.
Oh my! Frankfurt gets away with another one. Are you joking? Are you serious? What? Oh my god! What is that scouting department?
I know, that's wild.
Wow.
Some nice signings. I haven't seen much of Hugo Larson play, but I mean that was a player that Dortmund were really wanting.
I'm not
Like a
sure.
TK now too. I know, of course, it's on loan, but
Sorry, still doing some marketing. Carver, we are a very laid back show here, so I want to ask. I don't know if we've asked this on my show, but like, how did you become a Dortmund fan?
it's a great question. Thank you. I want to say a sophomore in high school at the time, and it was during Dortmund's Champions League run to Wembley in 2012-13. And I think the first game I knew of them beforehand. I just never watched a game of theirs. And I think my first game was against Madrid in the Champions League when they 4-1 them at home.
Mm-hmm.
And just everything about that game, the atmosphere, the colors of the club, their style of play. I was like, this is a team. I wasn't like set on like this is my team, this is my team. And I was like, this is a fun team to watch. I'm gonna watch them a bit more. And every single time I watched them and just learned and read more about them, I just fell more in love with the club. And since then, yeah, it's just been history.
That's nice. Yeah, that 2012-2013 Dortmund team was crazy.
It was.
Like
And
they
it
had
wasn't full of, I mean, of course you had like a handful of really great superstars, but not all of them were big names either. Like
yeah.
just Schmelzer and Piszczek did the job for almost like a decade each.
Yeah, we'll look at that team at halftime, but I remember them being extremely efficient
Hmm.
and great to watch. And then the dark ages came.
And I wonder if Terzic really models himself after Klopp in the sense that he just like only recruits average Bundesliga players. And that's not like too much of a hit on Rierson, because I mean, I really like him as a signing, but
Ooh.
oh,
Did that not get that wasn't touched at all by
it didn't look
wait,
like it.
what?
Yeah.
It looked like that was entirely yeah, hello? Alright, whatever. Yeah, I feel like I don't know if this is your opinion on this, but like I feel like that team was not necessarily lightning in a bottle, but it was like I don't really think that should be the overall transfer plan.
Yeah.
Which like wasn't I feel like wasn't for Dortmund this summer. I don't know what the hell they're doing this summer. They're not using literally any of those people they got in the summer, other
I
than
know.
Sabitzer. Like what?
I know. Every single day. I mean, early on, even not later in the summer, like early June, I was just surprised with how little links were popping up, and even the links that we did have,
Hmm.
they were just reports saying like this is probably not going to happen with the likes of like Fresneta. There was another person off the top of my head. I was actually mentioning on the show that I forget now was a central midfielder and some French team. I forget. But he would have been ideal for being like a playmaker, which is what we desperately need right now. Some sort of like kind of deep line playmaker.
Hmm.
But that didn't seem feasible either. So we just we splashed on Mecha. I have no idea why, but
Has he played the game like ever?
he hasn't obviously he's been out since like I want to say late November, maybe early December. He was starting to get a little bit of momentum here and there. I think he had like two decent performances before he picked up his knock. I am not rooting for him by any means, and
Right.
I'm also not rooting for Terzic either. Just after that whole fiasco, I mean, it's one thing to I don't know. I mean, that just the whole thing. I don't want to get into it. I bet anyone here that's listening has probably heard me say this 1,000 times.
Yeah, it's understandable, and also just in general, like it's so funny that Dortmund looked at that guy and was like, "Yes, that is gonna replace Jude Bellingham." Like,
Right,
okay, whatever you say.
right.
Also, listeners and viewers, I hope you are having a great Sunday. I don't know. It's almost. It is almost allergy season, as Carver was saying earlier. Not the
I'm
best
so
time,
sorry if my sniffing is getting caught up too. I'm trying to stay away from the mic for that, but
dude. I don't think anyone's gonna. I think I'm actually a little soft, actually, because I have such. I got a mic that's for like loudspeakers. I am not. If anyone's met me in real life, I'm not a loudspeaker. I wish I was. It's
thank
not
you, chat.
picking
Thank
up.
God.
Yeah. What noise gate is the sniffle gate that takes out all the sniffles?
I've tried everything this morning and just the past 24 hours too.
Mm.
I don't mean to be dramatic, man, but whew, I am someone who is born with just horrendous allergies.
Oh, you're gonna get a ton of like my allergies used to be so insane, and I don't know if
Hmm.
you've ever been to Georgia. I lived in Georgia, where if anyone has not been to Georgia, there's literally a point in the year where you can see the pollen falling down. Like it's just yellow. It's like yellow snow. And the first time I was a kid and I looked up and I saw that, I was like, this is my final boss. I don't
Yeah,
know how the hell I'm going to live through these next few months where the literal pollen's just on the ground. Like you could pick it up, like play, like make a snowman out of it. Um, but yeah, that's my allergy story.
right.
Snifflegate sounds like a great political cocaine catastrophe event. Uh, I had a cocaine question, but I don't think I'm gonna ask it just because of Twitch.
It's funny.
Just because I don't I watched Snowfall. I don't know if anyone watched Snowfall before. Terrific show, but it's
Hmm.
all about the the cocaine epidemic in the 80s.
Wasn't that a fun time? Dude, the 80s and 90s. I obviously wasn't alive for most of them, but so many epidemics that went ignored, neglected. It's, I mean, it's horrific, but it's also pretty fascinating too that it's very just glossed over.
Yeah, just I don't know, man. Like
I wonder why they would be glossed over. It couldn't have been because it affected marginalized groups.
oh, 100%. Like what was it? There's like they did something in where was it? It was like Panama or Colombia or something where they like intentionally gave people syphilis. Like, oh, huh?
Oh yeah,
Also, goal? No. Oh, come on, Motson. Come on, baby. Let's get some fantasy points here. How many points does he have right now, actually? Yeah. How for you? How is important is Motson? Like, is that now the number one like target transfer? Like, not target transfer target. Like, is that like something where you cannot move on without trying to get him back on the squad?
We don't have the biggest sample size 'cause he's only been here a month and a half, but I would say right now he probably is, and if not, there has to be someone equal to his quality in that same role
Mm,
as our number one priority because we have not had a left. I mean, we haven't had a left back like him. I mean, before Guerrero. I mean, he had, of
yeah.
course, talent, his quality on the ball, but Matson has all of that and more with just his tenacity and athleticism alone. So I think that's something that really helps our system thrive. And Benzabaini is clearly not really any of those qualities. I mean, of course, he's like a workhorse. He's a bit more of like a physical presence. And I know it's harsh because Benzabaini also hasn't given him much of a chance. But either way, we need another left back for depth. I don't know how we're going to move forward either way with that, but we really left back and well, really center back too, and then a central midfielder that is should be our number three priorities this summer, and they need to be, you know, recruited much better than we have in the past like 2 seasons because we used to be a team that could be that like you. I think a lot of people would.
Ooh. Oh, what a save!
What a
Holy
save
moly!
indeed! Wow, we used to be a club that would get our business done in the summer super early. They would be for
Mm,
great fees. We wouldn't spend a lot, and even if we did, it would be like not a lot on a single player. And they would just be great fits for our system. But like the last season or so, especially this summer, it's just been very woeful.
yeah, that was really because like you said, like getting the deals early. I thought like the best Baini transfer happened super quick, so I was like, oh, this is gonna be a usual Dortmund transfer window, and then it was like crickets for a while. I
Hmm.
was like, wait, what are they just like thinking? And then clearly they weren't thinking because the next transfer was Nemetra. It's like, okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're following up almost winning the league with Baini and um, Nemetra as your key transfers. But okay.
Hmm. I feel like it was a mix of Kale being relatively new at his job still, so he's not just the most experienced, and at the same time I think also the board seemed pretty complacent with where we were at too. Like
Mm-hmm.
they realized that this is not going to be an opportunity that could come again next year, so let's just, I guess, ride it out and see what we can accomplish next season. Oh,
Right.
my stream on ESPN just crashed. That's fun.
Multi-billion-dollar company, but $1 trillion company, by the way.
How long? And I think I asked you this last time. How long is the transfer ban for
Oh,
Cone?
all right, yeah, dude, you just need to not have your stream work basically, or something.
Wait, hold on. Did we score?
I don't know. I guess you'll see when you're
You're kidding me?
playing.
I'm spamming play, bro. I can't. I opened up a new tab. I refreshed. Come on.
Oh, who was that
Come
first off
on.
of? The Ryerson flick on. All right,
I hate this. It
Mullen.
was literally. Oh, we did.
Yeah, Mullen, baby. All right.
Okay, well, I gotta rewind a few seconds. Hold on. Oh, okay, it was off a corner.
Yeah, great ball in, and it looks like it might happen again here. Mullen is. Oh, never mind. Mullen has been getting a little better and better every week, huh?
Yeah, and you know what? It started. It started right after Jake and I kind of shat on him on our show,
Always.
like
It,
days after.
that's how it always happens, right?
But I will say, like, and I said the next week, I don't think that necessarily contradicts what we were saying of, he's a very streaky player. When the man is hot, he is red hot.
mm.
So he'll go through anywhere from 2 to like 4 or 5 weeks of being that player, and then just like crickets again for like a month or two. Okay, we're back. And I think I was a few seconds ahead of you. I'm at 22, 20, or excuse me, 22, 37, 38.
Okay, good. Yeah, we're at the same time.
Okay.
Um,
You missed the first goal and I missed the second one.
so then we both need to turn off the stream at the same time so we can get a third goal.
Right.
Maybe that'll count for 4. You never know. Here's a question. What is your so outside of like your rivals, obviously, who is your and let's leave off like Leipzig. Who is your least favorite team that is not your rival?
Let me see. That's a good question. Yeah, Leipzig would have been my first one. Colin, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Ah,
whatever you say.
uh,
Oh, penalty.
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't
No,
think I
it's
like.
not.
Yeah, I guess if it's least favorite, it'd have to be a tie between, I guess, Munich and Leverkusen for different reasons, though.
Leverkusen. I feel like not many people hated Leverkusen just in general, outside of like
Yeah, but
obviously.
it's not like hatred, though. It's just, I guess, if I had to pick a least favorite that isn't Leipzig.
Uh, yeah, I'm fucked up today. This morning, I definitely thought it was a penalty, and it was not even anywhere close to the box. Is it really time for Leverkusen to end? Actually, people in Brazil
Surely.
like I mean, Leverkusen always usually has had like a South American player or something like that, so they actually have a huge fan base potential, even if they're the most boring team in the most boring city. Um, is it time for Leverkusen to end? They would really have to fuck up very badly to drop the league. Like they would have to lose 3 times. Oh my god.
Let's go.
Yo. Okay then, Dortmund.
My stream did not crash this time.
Yeah, we both saw the goal at the same time. Wow.
Yeah.
The score
I
is
love
wrong though.
Schlotterbeck,
They put
man.
up 2 for Hoffenheim, but always watch Sunday games. The game before this was very maybe the balance has switched because the Friday games have not been very good recently. Maybe it's a day shift. Damn, that's great positioning. He pushed through 2 people to get that header. Damn. When Nico is on, he is on. Yeah, man, I'm not disappointed, but like considering how good he was on Freiburg, I definitely thought he would be that good also with Dortmund, and I feel like it's been on and off, on and off.
I will say I think he's more on than off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean he was I mean, I watched a handful of games of him at Freiburg, but man, I did not know how much of a he's just a risk taker,
Mm-hmm.
good or bad, so that has costed him a few times. But I think he's weaved out that kind of stuff from his game for the most part. Oh my.
Oof.
Jesus Christ. This game's gonna have 6 goals in it, isn't it?
Dude, I know that's not Kobo, but did you see he bounced the ball and like Bebu was right behind him? That could have not been. that might in a different dimension that would have ended very poorly.
Right.
Twink power. Oh, oh my.
I'm hoping Schlotterbeck is a player that stays here for the next like 6, 7 years.
I don't see why he wouldn't, right? Like, I don't know. I don't know what would be a side move for him, Like,
Right.
what other team? I guess there's a lot of teams that need like defenders, but he wouldn't be cheap though. I think that would be the
No.
thing that keeps him there. Is Dortmund would probably try to sell him for some ridiculous amount.
Right. I can imagine a Premier League team coming in for him.
No. maybe Manchester United. There's always got to be some Dortmund Manchester United transfer rumor every summer. So
That's what came to mind for me too, honestly. A lot of their center backs look pretty, I don't know, not up to par.
bro, their whole team is pretty ass. Considering how rich they are.
Right.
We didn't answer
I knew.
the question before about least favorite. Oh yeah, you did. Leverkusen and
What
Bayern.
about you?
Let's see. Outside of my obvious
Rival,
haters, yeah.
which is Gladbach, yeah.
And Leverkusen too. Um,
Kind of narrowing down the choices because I feel like we Leipzig could be out of the question too because that's also a given.
yeah, that's like I'm gonna say like not for the fans or anything, just like the way a team plays. I'm gonna say Augsburg.
Mm.
They play. I don't know why it is. No matter what the coach is, they play the most disgusting brand of soccer that I've ever seen. Every game that I see of theirs is just nasty, not pretty, gritty, like foul heavy. They complain all the time. It's just like ugh.
Hmm.
And they're always like playing spoiler to someone too. Like oh yeah, we need like something everyone wants. Like let's say just theoretically Dortmund needs to like stay in the champions. Actually, I'm not gonna curse you guys like that. I'm gonna chew them more. Like Mainz needs to stay up, and they need to be Augsburg. Augsburg will win like 2-1. Like, ugh, come on,
Right.
you guys. I don't know.
Right.
It's a dumb reason, but and also Schalke. I'm not a big Schalke guy.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I'm
yeah,
not.
I should have said that's probably a given for me
Yeah,
outside of
and
the
I'm not saying
Bundesliga,
that
but
to endear myself to the crowd here, but yeah, I'm not.
yeah.
I'm not a big Schalke fan. I think it would be sad if they got relegated and then like essentially got put in the fourth league. But like, would I actively cheer for Schalke to win something? Not really.
Right.
That's of course all theoretical too. Damn, that's a good tackle by Matson again. I think it. I know it's early, but I think you guys really do need to get not Matson, man.
I agree.
Although I wonder, like, is Chelsea gonna? Like?
I know he's got a release clause for he's got a release clause for 35.
Hmm.
Sounds like Dortmunds don't want to pay that.
I think that's actually kind of fair. 35 is a lot for someone that
Yeah.
you would have had for what, like 5 months.
Hmm. And I also, I mean, I could be totally wrong here, but I feel I
Did he
just
just
see him
hit
kicking himself
himself?
in the face. I can imagine Chelsea being a team too, just because they have so many players on loan and so many players they need to offload. I feel like they
Mm-hmm.
could, get rid of them for a little bit more of a fair price.
Yeah, that talk about a team that had a weird summer. Like Todd Bowley's credit card statement is probably insane.
Right.
That team is just like the way the top English Premier League teams spend money is just nasty. It's gross.
Yeah. But him in particular, like I was talking to some friends the other day who don't know anything about soccer, but some of them are pretty big baseball fans. And I was telling them about like how he runs Chelsea like a baseball team with these like 10-year contracts,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and like 2034, like Chelsea is gonna be $1 billion in debt.
Oh yeah.
Also, Deutsch commentator calls Royce Sancho's buddy. I would watch a Sancho Royce buddy cop movie. I bet that would be entertaining. I don't know if buddy cop movies exist in Germany though.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
I wouldn't be able to. I don't think that's a genre Germans would want to watch. Wait, maybe 100%. Maybe we should reach out to Dortmund. Hey, Dortmund, we have a great movie idea over the
Yeah.
summer. Make a buddy cop movie. You guys spent
This
40
will raise
million on
funds
a
for Matson.
you guys spent 40 million on a player who sucks. Like I think you can spend $100,000 on a funny movie.
Yeah.
Have you been to a stadium before?
Yes, I went right. I went the last home game right before the pandemic. It was against Frankfurt, and we won 4-0. That
Mm.
was an awesome game. Uh, I went right after I graduated college, and it was like a graduation gift to ourselves of me and three other friends. We picked a few places in Europe, and we went for like a day, maybe two at each spot.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was Dortmund. And I went to the game alone because none of my friends were like big soccer fans. And at first, I was like, "Oh, that kind of sucks. I don't like get to bring someone." But at the same time, I didn't have to like entertain any of them either, and it ended
Mm-hmm.
up being a fantastic night because I could just kind of walk around and do whatever. But yeah, went there that time, and then 2 years later, I went whenever we lost 3-2 against Bremen. Actually, if you remember that score
Oh
line,
no! Not
when
wait
we conceded
that
three
game.
goals in the last 6 minutes. Yeah,
Oh no!
I brought my girlfriend with me too for that one, and I
Oh
was like, "You witness history." I mean, that is.
no, dude! You need to get financial compensation for that
I know.
one. I can't
I
imagine
couldn't
being in the
believe it.
stands for that. Oh
I know.
no!
I couldn't believe it. I didn't get many pictures just with like us two or even around the stadium because I just right whenever they scored that third, I just kind of got up and walked out. And then later that night, I was like, "Damn, I that was such a great, like, huge moment in my life." But I just was so upset that I didn't really care about that at the moment.
Yeah, that is something I think as I'm getting older, I'm like, I should take more pictures of stuff. I get like way too lost in like the moment of things happening, but definitely you need some pictures to like look back on. And someone's
Right.
like, oh yeah, I was here. I'm listening to you all and the comms at the same time. It's melting my brain with two languages. Yeah, I hate knowing two languages. Because sometimes you just think like you like don't remember a word in German or English, and it's just in the other language. You're like, well, that's not helpful, Mister Brain. Do you know a lot of German, Carver?
Not really. I took a German class in college, and then obviously being a Dortmund fan, I pick up here and there, and I
Mm-hmm.
I hope this is way more casual, but I also use Duolingo, so I can like both times I've been in Dortmund, I could like sort of get around, ask some basic questions, but other than that, I could not consider myself. Uh, I was gonna say not even fluent, but like a German speaker now.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
What about
just
you?
yeah. I'm not like fluent. I'm more advanced than I think the average American Bundesliga fan is, but I also if it's like if it's like a someone talking in an accent, I'm done. I'm clocking out of the conversation. And of course, all the places I like going in Germany have very strong regional accents, so that never helps me.
Right.
Oh Jesus! I can tell I'm getting good at conversational German because I figure out when to use Denglish. So it's not like I'm using an English word because I don't know the German one, but rather pronouncing an English word with the German accent the way they would. That does pass all the time, though. That is the secret technique sometimes in German. It's
Yeah.
just, oh, like, oh man, what's the word for that? Like, I didn't know what snowboard was in German one time. I was snowboard or something stupid.
Yeah, bored.
Board. That's just ambition too much. Oh man, what language?
I know. It's so interesting. You really got to beat your tongue to death.
I think I feel like everyone has like a fuck it when they're learning a different language. Mine is I just don't care. I don't pay attention to dare di das unless it's like plural. Like
Hmm.
if it's not a plural where you have to do it, I'm gonna fuck up dare di das a hundred
Totally.
percent. I don't have time to remember all those. I don't have the brain space to do all that and remember
I
all
could
that.
not imagine learning English, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously, as like a foreign speaker.
Hmm. I think it
That
depends on
sounds
the language,
horrific.
right? Like I feel like if you like some language flows into the other. Where I don't understand is like if you're from like Korea or you don't have like a alphabet, you have like symbols. I don't know how
Uh-huh.
the fuck you learn English. Truly do
Right.
not know.
Let alone just like the inconsistencies all the time. Like if you were to see a
Mhm.
GH and think of like the F sound,
Yeah,
my brain would just melt.
that's totally fine though because you like yes wrong, but it doesn't inhibit understanding. Yeah, and most of the time German know the English word anyway. I've been digging into Duolingo as hard as I can in preparation for going to Germany in July. Are you going for Euro Cup? I would be very jealous if that's where you're going. English is mechanically much simpler, no cases, gendered words. It's just full of exceptions, so it's easier to learn in terms of mechanics and grammar. That's what I have also heard. Yeah, like I know some Japanese, and like they're at a point where I was learning it, where it's like I don't know how the fuck you would do this in reverse. Like
Right.
you have such set like pronunciation for everything. Like if something's outside of that, like there's no GH sound in Japanese really. So if you're trying to learn that, it literally does not exist in the language you're trying to understand it in.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Arbin Cat, have you been to Germany before?
No soccer on that trip. Darn, darn, darn. But it'll still be fun. Let's go new someplace new. I learned Russian in college. Wish I held on to it, but now German is filling the single foreign language drawer in my born. Dude, I don't know how you learn Russian. Not yet, no. This would be my first trip overseas. Ooh, that's
That's
cool.
exciting.
Oh, man, that's going to be fun. You flash the passport. That would be nice.
Yeah.
If you want to tell us where you're going to, we won't take you. We won't steal your plane ticket. That actually depends. Depends on where you're
Yeah.
going.
I might.
Hey, I want to go somewhere in July. Wait, am I going somewhere in July? No, I'm not. Do I? This is the year of me needing to save money.
Yeah, same.
I feel like that's everybody, man. Everything's so expensive now. It's like,
We're getting Prime ads on the field now. God
oh
damn it.
no, getting that oh, what's their name? It's which whatever Paul brother and KSI money.
Yeah, Logan.
Berlin and Hamburg for certain right now, but we've not planned anything else. So yes, unfortunately, I am gonna have to steal your plane ticket.
And it's done.
So if you want to send that over via email, I'll give you my email. Oh yeah, yeah. I was gonna say there's a big Berlin contingency for 50 plus donor, so you definitely have people you can hang out with.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
that could have ended very badly.
That's exciting though. I'm excited for them to take the trains too. That was one of my favorite parts about being overseas is just witnessing adequate public transit, and high-speed
No
rails.
kidding. It's so funny because they complain about Deutsche Bahn all the fucking time in Germany. I'm like, I would do really, really, really evil things to a certain extent to get this in the U.S.
Right, right.
I would TP a lot of houses for us to get some kind of like functional high speed rail system.
I know.
Jake, I will fight you. Keep your hands off my ticket. Say no more. I would disengage out of combat. Deutsche Bahn is terrible and also 200% better than anything we could imagine
Oh
over
yeah.
here. Like, Amtrak tries, but, like, Amtrak is not Deutsche Bahn
Mm-mm.
by any stretch. That train goes so damn slow. compared to ICE.
Not to mention the delays too,
Mm-hmm. And like
which of
depending
course,
on where you're going, like the Amtrak will run once a day or something. Like, oh,
yeah,
all
yeah,
right,
right.
well, you already went to Cologne. Let me have my turn. Fair, fair, very fair.
That's true. Yeah, I want to go to DC. I've heard good things about. People always say like, I know you're a public transit advocate. You would like DC, but I still have never been.
Oh yeah, what cities have you been to in the U.S.? This is now the travel show. I love it.
I mean, a good amount. I'm trying to think of ones that have. I mean, I've been to Chicago. I haven't. I've not been to New York. I'm trying to think.
Or what is your top three cities you've visited in the U.S.? We'll narrow it down.
Can I not say St. Louis, even though I live here?
No, that is definitely the free space.
Okay. I really do like Chicago.
hmm
Oh. Um. I've traveled around the U.S. I know I'm like stalling, but I'm trying to think of like I guess more metropolitan areas that I've stayed in.
hmm
Because like when I travel within the U.S., I'm usually I don't know going to like growing up, my family was big into Florida,
Mm.
which I'm not saying I like by any means or anything like that, but that's just where we went. So it wasn't much of like a city, I guess. Although I will say I went recently to Miami Beach for the first time, and
mm.
that whole area is walkable. I mean, that whole little island. I don't know if anyone else has seen this before, but I didn't know until I went, or at least like planning for the trip, that it's just like a little sliver outside of the whole like island of Florida. Um, and yeah, the whole place is walkable. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I like that. I mean, there's still, of course, it's like a car-centric place, but well, we were there for I think 3.5, 4 days, and we did not use a car once. We walked everywhere. So that was fun.
So that'll be one, right? Or maybe one in the top three somewhere.
I can't think of many other that at least in according to what we were or relevance to what we were talking about.
Oh no, just in
Oh man,
general, just
I
as a
did.
vibe,
I went.
food.
I went to Denver 2 years ago, which was nice. I never really been west before that. I still would like to go further west.
Mm.
I thought Denver was cool. I liked seeing the mountains. That was probably up there for me. What about you?
To visit. So I always split it in between. Like places that are fun to visit and places that I would like to live.
Hmm.
New York is probably number one for me in terms to visit. I would never in my fucking life live there. Never. Not a chance. You would not be. There's no amount of money you could pay me that I would want to live in New York. Two, I want to say Atlanta. Atlanta is always a great time.
Yeah.
And then three, ooh, Seattle. Seattle's
Ooh,
an incredible city. If you
Seattle would be
want to
cool.
go west further, Seattle is definitely a good shout for sure.
I'm thinking about a trip there soon. Yeah, I know I keep saying like DC was on my list. There's a few places on my list that I keep putting off because I can't decide. But when I say west, something that's been on my list since I was little was the redwoods in San Francisco.
Mm,
They look otherworldly and just something I'd really like to experience.
yeah,
But in
it
that same
is.
trip, we were thinking
Mhm.
about Seattle as well.
Yeah, I see the redwoods for sure. It's like it's one of the. It's kind of like Niagara Falls. Like you see a lot of pictures of it, and you're like, oh, that's really cool. And
Right,
then you see it in person, and you're like, holy shit, this like
right.
exists on the earth. I'm way behind chat, so we're gonna do some catch up. I would take the Amtrak more for fun instead of flying, but so slow and expensive. Yeah, it's also expensive too for no fucking reason. I would do unspeakable things for 1/10 Deutsche Bahn access, 1,000%.
Same.
I used to take trains from Portland to Seattle. It's a decent plane alternative, 4 hours or so, which is about how much it takes by car. Yeah, when I went to Portland and we did a Cascadia trip, we took the train from Portland to Seattle and then Seattle to Vancouver. That Seattle to Vancouver train trip, holy shit, one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you the train like line thing if you want to ever do it. Incredible, incredible, incredible. Um, the drive up the coast from San Francisco to Portland through the redwoods is beautiful. Just don't stop because Northern California is not like the rest of California. Yeah, it's halftime. Best coast, West Coast, and Seattle, Vancouver, sounds incredible. Okay, we did it. It is
And I love
halftime.
this. Everyone else is giving me some good recs.
Holy shit, that's an incredible sign. Did you see that? Oh,
Oh, I did not actually. What did it say?
I'm gonna take a picture. Hold on. Oh, come on. It was up for like half a second.
Oh, 3 points is what?
Yeah.
What is it? I don't know that S word.
I think it's
SOSNT.
uh damn. Wait, hold on. Otherwise. Wait, that's what otherwise. That's an interesting sign then, but still very funny. W chat reader. Yeah, otherwise. So 3 points otherwise, and it was tennis balls. LOL.
Okay,
Oh
I've
yeah.
survived for the first 45 minutes. I'm just gonna grab a box of tissues real quick.
Oh yeah, no,
I'll be right
understandable.
back.
I'll hold off the crowd. Okay, crowd. So we mentioned earlier Dortmund used to be was in the Champions League final. So we're gonna look at that. If you don't know, if you do know, well, it's just a nice refresher. Let's go look at that Dortmund Champions League team. Where it was, 2013. Wow, I'm so old. I vividly remember that. Am I ancient? All right, here we go. So this was the team. In fact, it's actually kind of fun to look at this because they were both German teams, so you can see how much these two teams changed. But like they this Bayern team had Shaqiri, Mario Gomez, and Claudio Pizarro on the bench. What? Shaq. And like I'm trying to think if there's any like just in comparison, like look at like not saying this team is weak. Obviously, it went to a Champions League final, but like you look at some of the players, and it's just like it's a big difference. I think. Although Gundogan is that's a great player there. It's so funny that Sahin is in here too, because now he's on the coaching staff of Dortmund. How lifelike
Oh, I
is
came
that?
back at the right time here.
Yeah, we're looking at that Champions League final, 2013. We're looking at the lineups for that game.
This is without Gertza too.
Yeah, he was wait, yeah, he's not even in the
That was
group.
the week that he was announced that he was going to be joining Bayern. So yeah, he wasn't even in the squad.
The energy was different back then. We actually played team footy. Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Like I was saying to them before you came on, like obviously, like in terms of historics, like the Dortmund team doesn't at all touch Bayern, but like I think there's sometimes when people compare rosters, there's just a lot of context that misses because this team played like it was like connected to one brain.
Right. Right. Player for player. I mean, of course, Bayern had like you have Robin and Ribery
Yeah, that's
compared to fucking Grosskreutz and Blaszczykowski.
they had Shaqiri on the bench and Mario Gomez coming in the 90th minute. Like,
Man. I wish FIFA had the same thing like 2K where you could play like classic teams, you know?
yeah, that's the one thing 2K does good. It's like, oh man, that would be so good for just like people's interest in soccer, like playing like
Mm-hmm.
historic matches. Damn. What's your favorite Dortmund player of all time?
It's got to be. I know this is like a basic answer, but it's got to be Marco Royce
I feel like that's most
for
people's
for a
answer.
multitude of reasons. Just his passion for the club. Of course, he's stayed here for a long time, despite having plenty of generous and numerous offers elsewhere and at clubs that have just better opportunities to win silverware.
It's so crazy that like I feel like everyone knows he's on Dortmund, but like he also was on Gladbach too.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
pretty good for Gladbach as well.
Oh yeah.
He report this the wait, hold on. It says, "Damn, they got him for 17.1 million on a 5-year deal."
Mm-hmm.
Looking back, that's a bit of a snag. And, well, maybe 7.5 million was probably a lot less back then, like 2012. I would actually buy FIFA if I could play as classic teams. Yeah, I'm
Right.
not really a sports game guy, really.
Who's your favorite Cone player, you think?
You know, it's Hector, 100%.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. So, like, when I watch sports, I'm not really a like, oh, who played in 1978? You know what I mean?
Right.
I kind of focus on who I've seen play. So either him or Podolski. But I would be more likely to go Jonas Hector just because when he was getting offers from Liverpool the week that he said he was going to stay with Cologne and play in the second league. Like that's insane. He did not have to stay with that team and watch them be ass. Like he could have been anywhere else in Europe.
Man. I did not know. I knew he was at Cone for like probably 7, 8 years. I didn't know he spent his entire career there, or at least professional career.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he had plenty of chances to leave, like really
Mm-hmm.
plenty of chances. Um,
That's a great answer. Podolski too is a good answer.
Also, the advertising algorithm is listening. I just got an allergy commercial, so
Really?
for some prescription allergy medicine. Okay,
Write it down for me.
I'll have to rewind it and go back. The only thing that could bring me back to FIFA is the 50 plus donor pro club. Ooh, I'm ass at FIFA though. I wouldn't be very helpful in that.
You had a pro club on there?
No, we've talked about doing it, but it would require me to buy FIFA, and
Oh.
I'm already gonna be in gamer related bankruptcy this year. So,
What other games you looking at?
well, the next Final Fantasy game comes out literally in 4 days, so that's not great. Um,
Few of my friends are playing. What is it? The beta of that, or just the demo?
yeah, the demo. There's Dragon Dogma 2 that comes out a week after that. Let me see. Let me pull up these game releases. There is. I still haven't gotten Helldivers 2.
Who runs a kebab empire? It's funny. Does he own like a bunch of restaurants or
He
something?
does. Yeah, he has a kebab restaurant like chain, and he also has an ice cream place.
Oh.
That was the whole joke when because I made up a rumor. I was like Podolski coming to Chicago, and my whole thing was part of the deal was he had to open a donor place inside of Soldier Field. So I tend to write my own fanfics in real life,
Yeah.
unfortunately. I have 4 days to finish Persona 3. Man, I didn't even factor Persona 3 in just because there's all these other games that I need to save money for and also travel and also like pay my bills. It's never ending.
Ice Cream United, it's called.
I didn't know that was the name. That's not a good that's not a good name. Ice Cream United.
I'm looking at their website.
Yeah, I have a. Well, wait. Let me pull this up too. It's not loading for me. Uh-oh.
Oh, what concerts you going to, Storm? That's always money well spent
Oh yeah, Storm
if you're,
Warnings
of course,
is our
enjoying.
Storm Warnings is our concert ultra 100%.
There's a St. Louis hip hop artist, Smino, that was playing last night for St. Louis City. If those of you don't know, they have it's one of the few, actually, businesses in general that has that I know of that has free concerts before a lot of our games. There's like no tickets or anything. It's incredible way to get a bunch of like the community going down to downtown St. Louis. And they had Smino last night, and I watched some of the opener, and then I went back to change because I live maybe 6 minutes from the stadium. I came back and people were leaving, and they said Smino played literally 3 songs, and that just boggled my mind. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "You guys are all lying," and they're like, "No, we're not. We're all leaving because he's already done." And I was like, "What? What was even the point of bringing him if he's only going to be up there for 15 minutes?"
I mean, I
Because
guess
normally
like
when they had these concerts, they've had people playing like almost an hour set. I mean, we had last year, we had in the same night, I shit you not, we had Metro Boomin and Anderson Paak in one show. It was free.
oh yeah, that's weird then. I was gonna say because like Lil Durk played at halftime at a Soldier Field game. And it was only like 2 minutes. 1 second.
Interesting.
Oh. Thank you.
I'll give them a spin, Storm. Thank you. Got them up on my Spotify.
Yes, thank you, producer. Oh, I would have died without that water, truly. Other than that, a bunch of metal players, Silent Planet. Yeah, you're in the Discord now. Storm Warnings filled up the Musics and Banger channel with a lot of good stuff.
It's very important. Okay, okay.
Damn, Leipzig's 4 points behind you guys. Ooh, if Leipzig not making Champions League would be pretty
They'll
embarrassing, actually.
they'll pull it back. Don't worry, because we play Leipzig away next month, if I'm not wrong. I think it was like late March, maybe early April. And Rosa kind of makes Terzic his bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, it's late April, excuse me.
Hopes for a second half. What are your hopes for a second half, other than obviously winning? But
Not conceding another dumb goal. I would like to see another goal for us, of course, too.
mm-hmm.
I'd like to see us get some minutes for players like, I mean, I said this on our show last week. I don't know what the point of bringing Duranville onto the game day squad if we're not going to play him. I mean, this is like the third week in a row. I'm not expecting him to get a starting spot. I'm not expecting him to get an hour, but I would like to see him get like 10 to 15 minutes. He has played a few halves during the friendlies during the winter break, so I don't see why he couldn't, again, if he is in the matchday squad, make like 10 to 15 minutes. JBG gets some minutes, that'd be nice too. Yeah, just get people up to match fitness and maybe build some confidence for them. Yeah, Big Papa, get him some minutes.
Yeah, wait, where's the
Not seeing Wolf.
where's the bench? Mob is not. Oh, here we go. Bench
Couldn't
is
believe the decision of bringing on Wolf against PSV.
that was
Unless they were playing him as a fullback, which he wasn't. He was playing him. Terzic was playing him as a winger for that game. That made no sense to me.
that was unhinged coaching, truly. Mm. Frozen pizza debate. Yes, we will have that. We'll see how the game starts off first.
Right.
But that is a 50+ donor watch along tradition. Is the frozen pizza debate. So definitely start thinking ahead of time. That's why Beeflum is the mod. Yes, our fearless mod leader and only mod Beeflum, one of the coolest people I've met. Very briefly.
Such a fun chat. I've only had 2 streams with you, but and I've watched you, of course, in the past. But being a participant, such an engaging and welcoming chat.
Yeah, our chat is very good. We occasionally have a racismo from an outside actor, maybe once a month, but outside of that, it's very fun. Definitely could be worse. Oh, have I ever told you that I went to a Dortmund game?
Oh, you did not. Was that like against Cone?
No, it was even better. So I actually went to a pretty famous game. Um, it was the game that Christoph Kramer had that like half field own goal.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do remember that. Oh, so that was at the Westfalenstadion then.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Wow. Right? That was when we were at home for that game, no?
Yes. So yeah, that was a home game for sure.
That's hilarious.
Like that was the one goal that was there, which was funny because it happened to Gladbach. I allegedly, because I am of course unbiased, but it was funny.
Yeah.
Don't
That's
time.
wild. What was your experience like? Did you have fun?
Oh, I mean, I don't think I've ever. I like actually going to games as neutrals more than I like going to like my own team's games sometimes.
Right.
Like going to Rhine Energy, I will never forget that. That was like one of the best moments of my life, obviously. But like going to a game where you don't like you just can just take in the game, just like enjoy it and not worry about like shit, my team's gonna drop the lead. You know what I mean? Like
Totally.
just like oh yeah, if it happens to someone I don't care about, like it's entertaining,
Right.
So it was definitely fun seeing two. Well, I mean, sort of, but it was fun seeing two teams that like I didn't really have investment in playing and all that.
Totally. Yeah, as much as I love Dortmund, yeah, I'm not usually having a blast watching them.
Right.
I mean, sometimes, of course, if we're having like a party and scoring a bunch of goals, but most games I'm just kind of stressed.
Yeah, Neutro's games during the a World Cup were incredible. Yeah, just games where you don't like aren't biting your fingernails are just
Hmm.
so fun. And I like all depressing teams, so every single game is a nail biter for all the teams I like.
I was expecting whenever I asked if you've been to a game to say that either of the two friendlies they've had at Soldier Field in the past few years.
Oh yeah, so we I said we could beef one went too. We did go to the Chicago Chelsea, the Dortmund Chelsea game.
Hmm.
It's separately, but we met each other there. That was an interesting experience.
It was.
Like seeing. I think the biggest thing for me was I don't know if you like outside of the event they had the whole Chelsea music stage or whatever.
Yes, I saw that.
Like seeing that and then like Dortmund's was like a little tent with like four people handing out foam fingers. I was like,
Right.
yeah, this is the difference.
Right.
This is the international difference.
And it's kind of surprising. I mean, there were a lot of Chelsea fans there,
Hmm.
but there were also I mean, a big chunk of Dortmund fans there too. So I was a little surprised at that as well.
I actually thought there were going to be more Dortmund fans, but I mean, it is Chelsea after all, I guess.
I went to the Man City one a few years ago as well. I think that was my first time at Soldier Field. I want to say it was.
How did you like it?
Um, I gotta say, finding your seat there is pretty overwhelming. I know it's like a
That's
huge
understandable.
stadium, but
Yeah, the sections are like way bigger than like one section could go to like 30 rows or whatever.
right, right.
Oh, it looks like we got is that Skull that got injured? Oh yeah, that is the groin for sure. Hoffenheim's so weird because like obviously we pay attention to Bundesliga, right? I just never know who's on Hoffenheim. I don't know what
Yeah.
it is. Like that Jurasek guy, never heard of him in my life. Who is that?
Yeah, there's like the core group of I guess like two or three players, Bebu, Grammaric, Bauman,
Ozan
but
Kabak there.
yeah. I am a fan of Anton Stock. I thought if
Mm-hmm.
Terzic is looking for that like bigger, more physical player in midfield, I thought he was gonna go for someone like him rather than Mecha.
Right. Oh, Beefum was at the Dortmund City game at Soldier Field as well. Where was I? I had went somewhere that day.
Oh, nice. Nice, yeah.
Yeah, Skull came out. There you go. Yeah, American friendlies are interesting. Um, I haven't been to a whole lot, but like I think my expectations were a little too high for that Dortmund Chelsea game.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it.
I get that. I just saw the chat too about neutral-ish games during the World Cups are incredible. Big
Mm-hmm.
agree with that. It's gonna be even more fun here too.
Oh, well, that's not good. Dude, I don't think this is a game for Hummel. But I guess they don't really have a choice if Schlotterbeck's injured. Which he's not. I don't. Oh, he's definitely walking like someone who is injured, unfortunately. Yeah. Hopefully it's just like a little knock, and not anything super serious. But yeah, he's back. He's back. Just a little. I promised myself that I'd attend a Bundesliga friendly in Seattle or Portland if it happened. I don't know how the hell those two cities haven't had one.
Right. Right.
I mean, I guess Bundesliga barely comes over here anyway, but like the fact that there hasn't, at least as far as I know, there hasn't been one in Seattle or Portland, like probably ever. Eintracht Frankfurt needs to go on a U.S. tour.
That'd be cool.
Oh, poor Homo. Homo is so excited to go in and out. Oh, man. Blame time zones. Yeah, West
Dude,
Coast is rough. Go ahead, dude. Sorry.
no, it's just you're good. I could not imagine waking up that early every weekend. I mean, I don't 8:30 is fine, I guess. But yeah, 6:30.
Yeah,
I
six.
don't know. I don't know about all that.
And especially if like you are like a Zweite Bundesliga fan, like you're watching a game at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, thank you. The West Coast is too far, but also not really because they'll play in California, right? Like they'll if you tell a Bundesliga team, yeah, play in L.A., they're gonna go the second you finish the sentence.
It's true.
But give Seattle and Portland some love there. Women's football at 4:30 a.m. Don't miss those days. Yeah, I'm sometimes like Europeans will complain about like a 7 p.m. game, and I'm just staring at them. I'm like, just please shut up. Which is funny. I don't know if you saw this on Twitter of someone who was like, they don't understand how like foreign fans of American fans of Dortmund get like shat on by match going fans, which I
Hmm.
100% agree with. Like all the shit that we have to do is some people in Germany would never do.
Yeah.
Like wake up every weekend at 8:30 to watch this trash. Like they would. Most people would not do that. Actually, enjoyed the Women's World Cup from this time zone because it's so nice to watch morning footy. Uh, I'm kind of tired of morning footy actually. Well, I'm
Yeah, I
glad
keep
that
forgetting.
most. Mm.
Oh, keep forgetting Sanchez on the pitch.
Yeah, this second half it's kind of slowed down just in general. As I say that, oh never mind. Grass is always greener. That's true. Yeah, I mean, really, Dortmund could just play a boring game here, and just. I don't think Hoffenheim doesn't really look like they are very cohesive right now.
But we definitely will. I mean, 2-1 is a scoreline I'm pretty much predicting every week at this point for us,
Mm-hmm.
whether we concede first or not. Why do I keep getting this notification?
Someone else is on the ground. I think it was Mullen. Is Pellegrino safe? Before I answer that question, let me see what place they are on the table. Yes, 100%. 10th. I don't think they're expecting Matarazzo to take Hoffenheim to. Hoffenheim hasn't won in a while though. Actually,
Yeah, we were talking about that on the show. They haven't. I think they have 2 wins since October, which is kind of crazy.
okay, so maybe he's not safe then.
Considering they're still 10th in the table, which is wild.
Yeah, because the middle of the table is fucked up. I don't know if you've seen it. Like
Yeah.
Gladbach was in 15th last week, and now they're in
11th.
11th, and they
Yeah.
won one game. Like, huh?
Do you think you can catch Augsburg?
I don't know. Augsburg's in there is in their home spot now. They're in 15th, and they're gonna hold on to that 15. But I will say, Cologne is looking. The bar was in the 4, obviously, for the first half of the season. But they're turning games they would have lost into games that are draws now. Now they just
Yeah.
need to tame games that they're draws into wins. But we also play Leverkusen next week. So
I was just about to say, yeah, I'm looking at these next 3 fixtures for you guys. Good lord.
yeah, we have both of our derbies in a row from each other. Who the fuck made that schedule? Say something nice about Augsburg. Okay, well. Oof.
See, giving away. Could have been another dumb goal.
Say something nice about Augsburg. I'll say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Peasant like 2. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. Demir. I always say his name. Durimovich, their striker. He's having a great year. He's having one of the best years of his career. I think he's a great player who should go somewhere else after this year. Really, a lot of teams should be looking at him, right? Like, who wants a striker that's able to finish and also assist? A lot of people. So, what's his contract like, actually? Who? I'm probably butchering his name. I'm not probably. I definitely am. No, we're not talking about Garasi. Demirovic. Demirovic. The striker on Augsburg. He has some good amount of goals right now. Hoffenheim, again, with now no win. Maybe. Maybe. What about Stuttgart striker? Which one? Undav or Garasi? Damn, who else is on the ground now? Oh, Undav. Yeah, they need to. If Garasi leaves in the summer, they have no choice but to pay Brighton whatever they want for Undav. Hey, what happened
Yeah,
there?
Undav has been very impressive.
Fulkirk, I love you, but I don't. This just defending. Who is? Oh, is that Mullen? Yes, is Mullen. He did get ball, but like that was a little bit of a harsh tackle. Yeah, I don't know if you could call that foul. Silas never really recovered. Oh yeah, I thought he would be a little more useful than he's been. Undav for the Euros, please. Absolutely, they need that. Nice avatar shirt. Thank you. I got an idea on how to judge player performances. Go ahead.
Have you seen any of the new Avatar on Netflix yet?
I have. I saw like the first 3 episodes. Have you seen any of them?
Not this reenact or live action, but I've seen the original show. Yeah,
I'll say temper your expectations a little bit. It's just like it doesn't have the same personality that the
it
cartoon
never,
show
it
has.
never
It
is.
never does, right? It's just like it's a good show, but it's just like another dark, gritty action show again. It's like okay,
Yeah,
well we have a lot of these. Ooh, okay.
and I've seen. I mean, my friends are big TV. Oh my
Oh,
lord!
what?
Why did my okay? At least it went in the net this time. My stream just crashed again.
What kind of goal was that?
I said that we're gonna concede another stupid goal, and it's
That
exactly
is
what happened.
that's the definition of a stupid goal. 100%.
I mean, and that's not even counting to the Rierson giveaway minutes before that.
Yeah, what let's rewatch this kind of bounce this takes.
I'm so sick of my ESPN crap. Oh, there we go.
It just hits Schlotterbeck directly in the chest.
Yeah.
It just goes right into the goal. Okay, man. Whatever you say. Yeah, we're gonna have to change it to always watch Sunday games because this is infinitely better than the Friday games we've had.
Yeah, Hoffenheim Dortmund is always a banger.
And we got a Coach Yellow. Let's go. This game has everything. Man, that's not a. That changes a lot about this game right now, actually.
Yeah.
So now Dortmund. I feel like Dortmund's been kind of like just hanging out,
Yep. And
and
so we
now they're
do. We
just.
go 1-0
Yeah.
or 2-1 up, and then we just coast.
All right, so we use goals plus assists, yeah, and then some people use XG dribbles, passes. Fotnots takes 300 stats and bubbles them up to a rating that works quite well. What's my opinion on current FOTMob system? It's pretty good, I guess, depending on what you're looking for. I don't use who scored though. How does it rank to the Cowboy Bebop remake? Well, since that's in the negatives, it's not a negative remake. Going in front and then coast sounds like Bayern. Yeah, dude, Bayern has no offense to Dortmund fans. Bayern have seemed to have taken the way Dortmund plays, and now they're trying it out. Like, where would that team be without Harry Kane this season?
Yeah, it's true.
They'd be battling Augsburg on the table.
And it feels even then, like Musiala, I feel like really put the team on his back last year too.
So, like, what do you use to judge player performance personally? Because you can't really watch all the games. Yes, it is. I can, and I don't know. I follow a lot of. I don't look at like I basketball fan, but I don't look at box scores. I just follow a lot of statistics Twitter accounts and things like that where they're I'm not a data I want to put this out here for new people. I am not a data person. I don't know the XGs of a random player. I don't know like all the stat stuff. I just kind of watch the games and like I know when a player is playing well and yikes. Okay. Dortmund. Unfortunately,
Gumbo everywhere.
unfortunately, it's now time. Where is it?
Is this the game that Get Tears expired? Probably not, but it should.
No. I'm gonna have to.
What is this structure? Look at its shape.
It is definitely gumbo time. Oh yeah, here it is. I cannot believe that they're losing this game. What do you say to that? What do you say to that? Another awful. Oh boy. What is happening here?
It doesn't hurt me as much now that I just don't have any expectations for the season anymore.
But like you gotta stay in a Champions League spot, right?
Yeah, but I don't think that's too out of the question. I mean, still, even if we lose this, where are we at here? We're still 1 point ahead of Leipzig. But yeah, they can they very well could snatch 3 points against us come April.
Eesh. Uh, yeah, we're that boy Nights watchers. Yeah, I'm not a big stats person. I pay attention, but I'm not a stats guy. Like I
Right,
guess
smell
good
all over
measure
the
to
car.
measure all with just it's basically XG but different. Bro, go on Twitter and don't reveal your secrets here. Keep it to your chest before Opta steals it or some shit. How many subs have they used? I feel like Hoffenheim used a lot, right? No, probably not. I think they used like 2 or 3. One. Oh, they only use one. I feel like the best thing that's happened to soccer in the last 5 years has been the 5 sub rule.
Oh, I totally agree. Yeah. Was there any like obviously it's still a thing, but I never saw like any I guess confirmation that that's just going to be the norm going forward rather than it just being the norm going forward since the pandemic.
Yeah, I feel like they like introduced it, but they never announced like how long it was gonna go on.
Yeah, yeah.
I think they're just
It was
like
never
it's.
really addressed.
I feel like they were like, there's no reason to have it be 3 again. Like I can't think of games having 3 subs ever again. Like that sounds
Hmm.
fucking awful. In the abominable words of KD, who the fuck wants to look at grass while having a hoop combo? Stats have their place, right? Like you can't argue against stats sometimes, but I think I'm not someone who like solely relies on those. Bold prediction: Dortmund is finishing in 6th, but loses the Champions League final.
Oh wow.
How would you react to? Actually, that none of that sounds great. No part of that sounds fun. But I guess being in a Champions League final would be fun.
There's no way we're lucky to get past PSV at this point in the Champions League. Ain't no way we're going to another round after that.
Yeah.
I said this on the show last week too. We are getting outplayed by every opponent at every level in the last few months now. Even in the first half of the season. It does not matter who it is.
You weren't getting outplayed by Freiburg when you played them, though.
Have we played them twice? I'm trying to even think back to their...
Yeah, you played them earlier in the month.
Oh, yeah, that was the 3-0, yeah.
But, like, I see what you mean. Like, it's just, like, one game out of the how many you played? Like, 10?
Yeah. I know it's like we had 4-0 against Cologne, but, like, we didn't look great either. I mean, there was, like, a 20-minute spell in that first half when we were doing the watch-along where Cologne was just in deep in our half.
Oh. Did that go out for... I thought that went out for a throw-in. I was like, bro, come on. Oh, it did. Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say that, like, the first part of the schedule is not where you should be dropping points because you guys also have, like, the rerun of the Nightmare Gauntlet.
Right.
Where you play, like, Leverkusen, you play, like, Bayern, like, you play all those dudes in, like, a month.
Mm-hmm.
At least you're pressing here, though. This is looking good. Not gonna lie, just be happy to get past the quarters. I mean, that's still possible, right? Like, you can bring it back to...
And we get a good amount of money from that, too.
Yeah. Let Nuri cook. Begins to sweat. I do like how they just ominously place, like, someone who could be his replacement on the coaching staff.
Right.
Just like they did to Marco Rosa.
Yep.
That can't be comfortable. Now I think about it. Bauman's kind of having a banger of a game. Now, we haven't really talked about him a whole lot, but he's got some good stops right now. I think has he only played with Hoffenheim? He's younger than Royce? That I was not expecting. They played at Freiburg. Tell us about a time you had to work under pressure, specifically pressure from having your replacement literally in the building. Sandy and Royce are the only players with chemistry on the squad. What was that? Ooh, excuse me. Oh, we got... Is that Mukoko? Who do you think coming off right now?
Probably got to... I mean, I would take out Sancho.
What the
personally.
hell was that?
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, it's gotta be Sancho and a, like, Brandt question mark? Oh, is it 3 subs? If BFOB goes further into Champions League than Bayern, that's a win, right? That's a good question, Carver. What is your opinion on that as a Dortmund fan? Like, does that even matter for you?
I don't think... I mean, that's a win. I don't think so, no. But Bayern aren't in the Pokal either.
Hilariously, no.
I don't know, we've just been... We did like get out of an extremely difficult group. I think that in itself is a win. Yes, and that's like the only win we have going for us all season.
Yeah, getting
That
out
was
of that
very
group.
cool to witness.
Yeah, getting out of that group. Ooh. Whew. That could have very
I think
quickly
you might be a
opened
few
for.
seconds ahead of me.
Oh,
Let
where are
me
you
see
at
where
right
I'm at.
now?
I'm at 73.04.5.
Oh, I'll pause for like 6 seconds. Are you at 14 right now?
17, 18, 19.
Okay, 2 more seconds. All right, I think we're synced on the time waves now. Like I just hit 73.35.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're about the same spot.
TBH, I really couldn't care less what Bayern does in Champions League. Yeah, and like also this isn't really the year to that like Bayern's obviously trying to self destruct right now. I don't know. If my team wasn't complete ass and like could be in Champions League, I would. Ooh,
Oh.
whoa! I mean that was a rocket of a shot, but it doesn't obviously count. Wasn't too far off though. Yeah, it was all right. Time to see who's coming out here.
Coco, Adeyemi, JBG.
Motson's coming off.
Yeah, I'm curious to
Motson,
see what our shape looks like.
Sancho. And then they stopped updating us after that.
Adeyemi at left back. Oh my God.
And then what's the last sub? Oh my god! All right, insane Edin Terzic. Does anyone want to know your stat thingy? Yes, please. By all means, let us know. Kale next Sunday at Doppelpass. My bad. You guys. Oh, you gotta beat Union Berlin next week, right? Right?
I don't know.
You never know with Dortmund. Dortmund
We
always
basically
keeping on the feet.
we basically play off-brand Berlin football too. Pretty sure we're away for that. Yeah, we are away for that game. Whatever gets tears exact, man.
Do you think that's gonna be? Do you think they're gonna do like a? Oh yeah, we'll let them go at the end of the season, or do you think they're gonna just axe him?
I mean, unfortunately, I think that is the reality that we're going to probably have to wait till the summer. But
Yeah.
even though I don't think that's the right move.
Like what? Other than a coach, obviously, what does Dortmund need?
Better recruitment, and I think
Yeah.
it's a top-down issue more than anything else. I mean, it's. I think the large portion of it, like at least half or like 60% of the issue, is the coach,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's got to be recruitment. I don't. I'm not saying necessarily Kale is like shouldn't be sporting director, because he also like Terzic had more power than him when it came to the window in the summer.
Yeah.
But I think you got to let him cook a bit more because he made some good signings in the year before that. I think, yeah, those are the two biggest things. And then hopefully with Vatska stepping down as CEO, maybe we can have a bit more of a shakeup in terms of like the board and everything too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard for Kale to live up or fill in the shoes of Zork because my God, his recruitment was just phenomenal. Oh,
Yeah,
my
that's what
stream crashed again.
Dropship was saying. Zork missing.
Let me know if they score.
Uh, no score, just a very harmless pass out of
All right.
bounds. Not sure, like no one was really even. How many substitutes does Hoffenheim have? I feel like this is like their 1,000th sub. I know they haven't, but I do think people gloss over Zork's misses. Schürrle, second round goes to. Yeah, I mean you can't be like 100%, right? I feel like people don't take into account just how hard that is, but also at the same time, yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
Dortmund should be a little better at that. I don't know that he was that much better. Oh yeah. Oh, Hummels is in now. All right, well, I feel like Terzic's just throwing people into the field right now.
That's what he does. Yeah, he just hopes for these young players to save us. Yeah, but Storm, I mean, I feel like there was more of a pathway for young players back in the day. I mean, Terzic sometimes gives like Bamba a chance, but I don't see that pathway for young players as much as I do or did under Zork. I don't know.
But like Keel got 120 or whatever for Jude. I think
Hmm.
most
Should have been more.
yeah, I think that was gonna happen either way. Like someone was about to pay that much for him, and rightly so. These are a big issue for youth to second team to first team. I feel like a lot of teams that are bigger are having that issue. Remember, like Bayern used to be the number one team for that stuff, and like you guys,
Hmm.
and like uh Schalke to a certain extent. Like that, like kind of
Right.
doesn't happen that much anymore.
And it's strange because the second team they look very successful. They're like fourth in the third
Mm-hmm.
division. I mean, that's pretty insane for a second team.
I just feel like, and I don't know how you feel about this. I feel like people look at that as a way to sell, as opposed to a way to like bolster the team that you have up top, right? Oh,
Right. We also used to be famous for our pressing too, like our counter pressing.
mm-hmm.
It looks still pretty decent. I mean, you saw this game, at least in the first half, I think it was like 11 seconds for ball recovery. And, oh, in previous games, I think it was like as little as 9 seconds. But our pressing when we're just against the ball is pretty abysmal.
Wait, what time are you at now?
Now I'm at 81, 17, 18. Sorry, my stream crashed again, so
17. Okay, I'm like a second.
25, 26.
Oh,
Oh, that's a hand, sir.
I don't think I've gotten to it yet. Oh yeah, hello, hello. Wait, how? I'm gonna have to see that one again. But that like very.
Yeah, it is. That's fair. Ugh.
Wait, how is that not a handball? His hand not is that considered a natural position? Just having it, dude. I don't know, man. It looked like he
No one
kind of
knows what a
moved his.
handball is.
It looked like he kind of moved his hand into it. Even I don't know, man. Ew. We don't need to see him. Oh, they're not even gonna look at it. Guys, am I dumb? How is that not a handball?
Yeah, I mean, it is by his side, but it also, I think it could be looked at just given the fact that it is far away from his, well, not far, but it is away from his body, though. I mean, I think an argument could be made for both, really, which should call into question other opinions.
Yeah, I don't know, because like I always hang on to like natural hand position, right? First of all, if you look at it again, it kind of looks like he moves his hand into it. Secondly, he wasn't like in motion or anything. He was just standing there. Like your arms do not need to be that far out of your body, just standing in the box, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
This team also, since Brandt has become like a centerpiece in our midfield, if he's not clicking, our midfield does not click either. And
Yeah.
I mean, of course, he's coming off what seemed like pretty bad illness, so he's still getting himself back into things. But I mean, he's just off his game, which just makes a lot of our attack pretty toothless as well. That's what I like to see from Mukoko, man. Let's go.
Yeah, staying with it.
Oh. Eddie Emmy has one move, I feel like, man. Slow down and then go to his left.
Yeah, he's like like brand generic brand Robin.
I mean, he did move his arm further out of the way as it came to him, too.
Right, that's what I was saying, right? Like he literally man, like it literally goes from his side to outward, just moving forward. That's not natural. I think that's a fucked up call, but what do I know? I'm a man talking in his closet. Oh, that wasn't too far off. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot Royce was in the game. Today saw that not allowed goal for Darmstadt. Yeah, that's the other thing too. It's just so you're right about that dropship. It's so inconsistent. It like depends on the ref. I don't think a vital type of call like that should really be dependent on who the ref is. Like that's not how it should work. Also, isn't there another game on after this?
Duranville's coming on in the 85th. Wow.
Is that bad or good? Is that like a good wow or a bad wow?
I mean, I want to see more of him. He's only had one appearance so far for the senior team, and it was the last 15 minutes against Mainz on that game that shall not be mentioned.
Augsburg versus Freiburg. The fuck going on with Freiburg this year? Right when I say something about Royce, he gets taken off. I know we're in a very tense time in a game, but we do have to just check off this box list. Frozen pizza. What's your favorite frozen pizza?
Oh, you know what? There's this pesto pizza from Trader Joe's that is phenomenal. I can't remember what it was exactly called, but it's just a pesto pizza. And every part of the ingredients is pretty quality for a frozen product. What about you?
Damn, that is not the working man answers we've had on this show before.
Working.
We're talking. Usually the comments are like Red Baron or something.
I did grow up eating Red Baron. I will say I was a Red Baron and a Red Baron family. But these, I should say, like the Trader Joe's pizza that I'm referencing, it's not. It's like maybe $5. It's not.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to say that is the same one. Yes.
No,
It's
if I shopped at
unbelievable.
Trader Joe's, I would definitely get their frozen pizza for sure. But yeah, like Red Baron has usually been the people's answers on this show. So shout out to Red Baron. Maybe Red Baron, 50+ donor sponsorship. That would be so dumb.
I mean,
no sense.
I'd take that sponsorship.
I don't even know how you do that stuff. I know that's kind of like breaking the fourth wall, but maybe I should look into how to do that. Oh, don't look up Red Baron on Wikipedia without also pizza at the end.
Hmm?
World War II history jump scare. I'm sure there are opinions, but I wish we had TJ's. Oh, Trader Joe's in Canada. Wikipedia, I love you so much, but you make Canada sound like it is the like where they send all the sad souls. Like Canada doesn't have whatever you're saying, like Little Caesars and stuff like that. It's like, damn, what is in Canada then? Oh, Reichhofen? Yeah. So definitely, if you're looking up Red Baron, make sure to put pizza after it. Tim Hortons. Hot take. Tim Hortons is not very good. But A&W's in Canada are incredible. No, that's really random, but how many minutes do you think we're going to get here?
4?
Like, yeah, I guess not a lot has happened.
Maybe 5.
Stoppage. Poutine, yes, that's fair. Game, set, match, you're right. Poutine definitely makes up for a lot. No protest. Yeah, really. I'm sure showrunners are so happy that we don't have an extra 25 minutes in this game.
Terzic is probably too. I don't know if you saw his post-game comments. I think the last time there was protests, and he was like, this sort of stuff needs to be handled at the table with us and not like at games. And it's like, oh God.
Yeah, there were
That's kind of a dumb take.
I was gonna say, dude, I don't know if it was just Dortmund that got asked this, but it was like him, I think Sean and like Keel were asked about it, and they had some really questionable quotes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Not the team I was expecting this to come from, but okay.
At the end of the day, they're all multimillionaires, you know.
That is extremely fair. Don't look at the graph we saw where we looked at all the highest paid salaries on each team. Don't look at that one. 6 minutes, okay. All right, Dortmund's got to rescue points here, man.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Terzic lost down Archie?
It seems like he's been pretty frustrated with him and with Archie in general the past few times they've spoke.
Why is that guy being a little grumpy, Gus? What could Archie have possibly said to set him off like that?
It wasn't even anything bad. Terzic just, feel like he's just insecure about his position right now at the club.
Oh, someone being a little grumpy. How about you?
Yeah.
How about you beat Hoffenheim, bro, before you start
At home.
Oh, asked about the protest. Okay.
Yes, yeah, he did say that. Yeah. Yeah, you should.
If you are mean to Archie, you're automatically in the wrong. 100%. Terzic only wanted to focus on sports. Clearly, he's not focused on sports. He's not coaching this game very well.
He's not doing a good job at that.
I think that's the last thing he probably wants us to do is focus on his sporting decisions right now.
I love German fans so much. They're so based, routinely based.
Yeah. I really wish MLS fans were a certain percentage of that, but
oh yeah, I know.
They could not be further.
We have our supporter section is for the most part very progressive and stuff, but and I've talked to a few of them in the past about them saying that I should join some of their groups. Oh, but I don't know exactly. I guess how much truth there is in the things they're saying and stuff. But that's not a knock on them. Again, they haven't done anything wrong, but I feel like if push came to shove and we needed the protest for things, I don't know how active some people would be. And how much of it is performative.
I will withhold from my bitching about fighting DCU fans last night. Yeah, I can imagine that banner you guys had didn't go over well for...
Wait, what was the banner?
It's about I'm sure Carbine Cat will expand on it, but it was about like
Okay.
um how Saudi Arabia is like doing dealings with DC United. Yeah, it was said say no to sports washing.
Oh. Are you kidding me?
All right, I know I'm very far behind here. Okay, you didn't mean that in a good way. I am now
Yeah, it's
seeing
over.
what
Wide open
what
header.
the fuck was that? How in the you will never get more of an open header like that ever
Right.
again in your life. How has he missed that one? Oh, dude. No.
Adeyemi at left back, bro. He would rather play Adeyemi at left back than Ben Zibaini.
Oof. Archie was forthright about mental health issues I'll run through all. And he's just like
Come
a.
on, man. Come on. You got 2 minutes
Wait, what
left, bro.
happened?
Let's go.
Mullen. No, you can't be doing that at this point in the
Yeah.
game, bro. The last thing you want to do is get sent off at this point in the game.
Let
And
alone
plus,
just slowing the game down.
the push wasn't like, come on, dude. You get pushed like that out of bounds all the time.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? My stream crashed again. God damn it. This is number 4.
All right, well, if they score here, you're gonna have to never watch a game ever again. Ooh, that's aggressive.
Okay, I'm back. 4-2.
From where I'm watching it, I would be very confused how it could be 4-2. Oh, corner. Bring Meyer up. Let's go. They're not going to do it. Uh-oh. Wow.
Adeyemi is really prone to fouling players. I know that's like a tough situation there, but
Yeah. Wait, what place would this put Hoffenheim in? 7th place? What the fuck is happening this year? A team that hasn't won a game since October is in 7th place? I can't believe they lost that. Always watch Sunday games, I guess. What
Jesus
the
Christ.
hell was that game? Get out coached? Yeah, they got ultra out coached there. But again, saying again, by a team that hadn't won since like October.
Yep.
Okay, whatever. Well, everyone, if you're a Dortmund fan, well,
Nuke this team indeed.
uh, yeah, that's not good. It's really not good. If you're a Hoffenheim fan, hello, I guess. Oh, I've heard that in German, out coaching is out get coached. That makes sense. Well, Carver, I know this was not the game you were really excited for. Really, no one would have been.
It is kind of. I mean, even though I predicted we would win, I'm not surprised really.
But in that way, though, it's just
Right.
that's like a 3-2 loss. But like you guys were the better team for most of the game. The handball though was egregious. I feel like that's going to be the controversial moment of the game. But
Oh man. Well, I want to say again, everyone in the chat, thank you very much for
yes.
having me and engaging with us. Jake, of course, thank you for having me and engaging with me.
Of course.
I've only done 2 of these now, just both have been with you, but I have a blast. Even
Yeah.
though it might not sound like it in my voice for the past hour and a half, but
Oh, don't worry. I know. That's literally the last party we had. I was just
yeah, you
sitting
know
there
that all too well.
with my head in my hands. I totally feel it. But yeah, Carver, check out Carver on the Beef Out B Pod. Great podcast. Hopefully we can have you on by the end of the season again.
Oh
That'll be a
yeah, I'd
watch
love
along.
to.
It was a great. I had a ton of fun. I think we might switch to watch alongs being on Sunday now, man. I think Friday has
Yeah.
lost its luster, but we'll let everyone
You say
go.
that, and then the next Friday game is going to be a banger.
Wait, what is the next Friday game actually? I mean,
I can't. I don't know off the top of my head.
uh, Dropship, thanks for watching. I'm not gonna hold the chat hostage. Maybe I will. One second. Matches next Friday. Freiburg Bayern.
Ooh, that could be fun.
We'll converse. The 50 plus producers will converse. But thank you for joining. Thank you, Carver. Check out BFOB Pod. I'll put in the Twitter in the post game stuff, and then have a good weekend. Great weekend.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, chat. Cheers. Thank you very much, Jake. It's always great talking to you, buddy.
Of course,
And
man.
please, we'll be in touch whenever Chicago comes into town if you're still planning on coming to St. Louis.
Oh yeah, I'm planning on coming down for that Chicago St. Louis game 100%.
Cool, man.
All right, guys.